Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Break YXE. Today is Thursday, July 8th, and I'm proud because for the first time since I've started the show, I didn't have to look at the script to remember the date. Thank you for joining. We're glad you're here from wherever you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook. We're excited to have you. Our guest today is going to be Lee Kormish. Lee Kormish is a member of the Saskatchewan Soccer Supporters Group, a group called the Wheat Pool. And we're going to talk about professional soccer coming to Saskatoon. There's an announcement a few weeks ago about it coming here. A bit of controversy around that. We'll talk a bit about that, but it looks like that there is a movement afoot to kick this soccer pun in the right direction, so that eventually, shortly, that there will be professional soccer here in Saskatoon. Quickly, a reminder though, this is your show. No matter where you're watching, please feel free to comment on Facebook or YouTube, and if we can, we'll try and use those comments in our live broadcast today. Of course, we're broadcasting live from Saskatoon. Before we go any further, we are going to recognize one of our sponsors, and that sponsor is RDL Photos. It's an affordable local photographer for any occasion. With packages starting at just $40, anyone can afford professional level photos for any occasion in life. If you're looking for that crisp new headshot, or just want to get some photos of having fun with your friends, RDL Photos is the place to go. For more information, you can check RDL Photos out online. Just type rdl.photos in your web browser of choice. Or find him, and when we say him, RDL Photos is Riel Lajmodier, and you can find him on Instagram, and his Instagram handle is at rdl.photos. Reminder, book fast because summer spots are filling up quickly. rdl.photos. And if you're interested, take a look at his website. There's all kinds of interesting time-lapse photography. That's something I'm kind of myself personally interested in, and it's just beautiful work that he does there. rdl.photos. Okay, now to our guest. Lee Kormish is a member of the Saskatchewan Soccer Supporters Group, the Wheat Pool. To say he loves soccer is probably an understatement. Lee, welcome to the show.
Ian, thank you for having me.
And thanks for being here. First of all, we should probably clarify what your role is. You're part of the Soccer Supporters Group. You're not in any way connected with the proponents for the project.
Yeah, that's right. I'm simply a soccer fan, and me, along with a group of a lot of other people, want to bring professional soccer to our city of Saskatoon. So what we're trying to do is create awareness. We know people love the game of soccer, and we need to get a team here for this beautiful Canadian Premier League here in our city and in our province. Because right now, Saskatchewan does not have a team.
Gotcha. Okay. So what was the announcement that was made a few weeks ago? What did we hear in that announcement?
Yeah. So in that announcement, the Canadian Premier League has committed to Living Sky Sports and Entertainment they've been given the franchise rights for a team in Saskatchewan. So, but it is pending that there is a place to play.
And where are we hoping that place will be? Are they looking for a new stadium, or are they looking to repurpose a stadium?
Right. So the obvious choice for a professional franchise in our province is Mosaic Stadium. Everyone says, right, well, it should go to Regina. Right? We've just built a beautiful new stadium where the Saskatchewan Roughriders play. Unfortunately, that complex is simply too large. It's too cavernous for a soccer team at this time. It would simply be the wrong place to play because, we're looking at 4,000 to 6,000 fans per match where there's 33,000 seats. So to have 29, to 25,000 empty seats in a stadium, we're just not going to meet what we want to do. It's not going to create the atmosphere. It's not going to meet the needs that a soccer franchise will attract people to come and watch the game. So what we're looking at is we want the team in Saskatoon, firstly. And right now there is no place to play in Saskatoon. There is no soccer-specific stadium that meets all the Canadian Premier League requirements. So the owner of A Living Sky Sports and Entertainment, Alan Simpson, has been working with Prairieland Park to create a venue at Marcus Downs in Prairieland Park, which would mean transforming the Marcus Downs into a soccer-specific stadium with about 4,000 to 6,000 seats, with the chance of expanding those seats to have more fans. And that would meet the requirements for a team here. If that happens, the team will come to Saskatoon.
Okay, so I want to talk about where in that stage of getting a new stadium at Prairieland is. But before, we should talk about the elephant in the room, because as somebody who kind of listened to the news of the time, and again, I'll emphasize to our viewers, you're a diehard soccer fan, by no way related to Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment or Prairieland. But at the time, it seemed almost, hey, we're getting soccer, horse racing's out. Was there a connection, or is there just a misconnection? What happened there with that announcement?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate, the timing of the announcement to end horse racing, thoroughbred horse racing, and the announcement to bring a soccer franchise to Marcus Downs on the same day was not fair to the soccer community and to soccer in general, because the narrative out there is that soccer has ended horse racing, and that simply is untrue. Horse racing in Saskatoon was ending regardless of whether soccer was coming. And that's just, it's, I've gone to the track. A lot of my friends that are in this supporters group have gone to the track. We actually really enjoy horse racing. It's just a misfortune of the timing of events.
So it kind of sputtered through that, but at this point, it almost sounds like it may be good news, because horse racing is getting a purpose-built facility.
You know what? The morning I woke up and heard about Moosomin possibly having a track, such a weight lifted off my shoulders, because that's the biggest challenge we've been facing, is that soccer is ending horse racing. And by no means is that true. And, for Moosomin to be opening up a track and to be able to have horse racing continue is what we want to see. I would be at the track going to the horse racing events, just as I had in the past, and putting a few dollars on a few ponies. So I think the Moosomin announcement, I really hope that everything follows through and that track gets built, because since the soccer announcement, that was the next best day was when that track was announced to be built.
Well, that's probably good news, and hopefully it will go forward. But just before we talk a bit more about where the soccer project is at, I just want to mention that Jennifer Hackett says, good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Always a pleasure to have you here, Jennifer. Feel free to ask any questions if you're still watching. So that brings us back to and also other viewers, if you have any comments, questions for Lee, please type them in your comment chat in YouTube or Facebook. So that brings us to where we are now. Is this a done deal? It's just a matter of time, or is more money needed for this project to move forward?
It's not a done deal, although everything's pointing towards that still. The biggest hurdle is having the stadium build approved at Prairieland Park. And the owner, Alan Simpson of Living Sky Sports and Entertainment, Prairieland Park, have both made contributions towards the stadium build, a generous portion of it as well. It's going to take about 20 to 25 million to build this stadium. And it will require some city funding, municipal, provincial funding possibly, and possibly federal funding as well. Now, I shouldn't talk too much about those details because I'm not a part of that, but I am aware that must happen for this stadium to happen.
Okay, if you're a betting man, would you bet on that this project is going to move forward and it's just a matter of time?
It does feel that way, which is so exciting for me to have a soccer-specific stadium, not only in our city, but in our province. Ian, I've traveled the world. I've gone to the last 4 World Cups in Russia, South Africa, Germany, and Brazil. And, I've gotten to see this beautiful game being played at all these beautiful venues. And, I visit all these places around the world. I want my friends and I want people to come to Saskatoon. I'm proud of my province and I'm proud of my city, and I want people to come here to watch soccer. So, I am I am very cautious, but I'm very confident that this project will go through, and simply not only because of just having a professional soccer team, but just what soccer does for the community. What soccer, it's the easiest game to play. And I would have to say that Canada might be the least cultural place for soccer North America is. There's just such a passion around the world. And we've got little pockets of that throughout the city of Saskatoon and throughout the province. I meet people every day from different ethnic backgrounds, new Canadians, people that have come from all over the world. My ancestors came from Ukraine, 80 years ago. And the passion burns inside of us. And so we've got all these different people in Saskatoon. We want to bring that together. We want to have a team that our community can bring together. Because right now, the only thing that really brings our soccer community together is the Saskatoon World Cup, which is played once a year. And it's simply fantastic. We've got over 30 different nations represented every year, creating full teams. And the passion burns at the soccer center every May long weekend. It's just a fantastic environment. And we want to be able to provide that not only for this generation, but for the children, because the children, they need a place to play. They need people to look up to, and where they come from and all over the world, they've got these people, these players to look up to. And we want to be able to provide that in Saskatoon. So, everything points towards this being a win project. And I think there's a lot of people in the province that are underestimating the power of this game. And I've seen it. I've seen it around the world. And I feel like, Ian, you've got to come to a game, once this happens, because it's an amazing feeling.
I want to get into that. I want to get into the state of soccer in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I also want to talk a bit about this league that is going to come here and what you think of it. But if you can bear with me, we're going to recognize one more sponsor here before we continue, if that's okay. I'll just be a second. And here we go. Our sponsor this time, looking for something great to do near Saskatoon, want to get out of the city and bask in Saskatchewan nature? Take the family or a friend out to Petrovka Orchard. They have a great cafe that serves homemade food, beautiful store full of gourmet apple and other local products, and a large variety of ice cream treats. They have these ice cream treats that are in the shape of a taco, and they're really, really tasty, really yummy. After you fill your belly, take a walk to the riverfront beach and enjoy the most beautiful walking trails around the apple orchard. Petrovka Orchard is only 40 minutes north of Saskatoon, right on Highway 12 at the base of the Petrovka Bridge. It's open daily, 10 to 6. Just a reminder, though, that the cafe is closed on Wednesdays. Check the website for more information at petrovkaorchard.com. And Jeff, I can tell you that Petrovka Orchard has a lot of things, a wonderful place, but I don't think they have a soccer pitch. So that's not going to be an option to play soccer right there. Where should we start? Do you want to talk about the league and then come back to the state of soccer in Saskatoon and Saskatchewan? Let's talk about the league that is hopefully coming here. Let's do that.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people that have maybe heard of this league. There's a lot of people that haven't heard of this league at all. We are the last first world country to have a soccer league, our very own Canadian Premier League. And it is coast to coast right now. There is a team on Vancouver Island. There is a team in Halifax, and there's 8 teams in total, including in our capital city in Ottawa, 2 teams in Alberta, a team in Winnipeg, no team in Saskatchewan. Quebec will be getting a team here in the next year or two. There's other franchises that are interested in coming about as well. Maybe more teams in Ontario. Now, it's been around for 2 years. It's actually the third year is just beginning right now. It survived COVID, which we were a little bit nervous. We had a bubble season last year in Prince Edward Island. We started with a bubble season in Winnipeg right now, and then soon there will be home games played by each of the teams in the league. So the Canadian Premier League, 8 teams right now, and I think there's so many more cities that could have a team down the road. You know, Saskatoon would be the first step in Saskatchewan, but Regina is also a place that we could have another team as well. Can you imagine having a professional league where we had a team in Saskatoon and a team in Regina? I just think that would be a rivalry that would attract the neutral fans as well as the soccer hardcores.
What level of soccer is the league?
Yeah, so if you've heard of Major League Soccer came about in the mid-90s when USA hosted the World Cup. We've got 3 teams in Canada, the Vancouver Whitecaps, Toronto FC, and Club de Foot Montreal. The Canadian Premier League it wants to be on that same level as Major League Soccer. It's not there yet. You know, it's in the baby steps. It's in the growing stages right now. That's where it wants to be. It's extremely competitive, and it's quite an attractive game. There is a lot of talent, and the players in this league, they're athletes. It's a fast-paced game, and it's you know, the game of soccer seems to be for the youth, and the average age is going younger. There's actually a minimum requirement of Canadian kids under the age of 21 that each team must have players on their field for the season to meet, or else they're penalized. So it's a high level. Don't underestimate it. You know, it's I would say a step below Major League Soccer right now, but we hope to get to that Major League Soccer level someday.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Now, you talked about soccer in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's a popular sport for people to play in the city, isn't it?
Ian, it's the highest participated sport, not only in Saskatoon, not only in our province, not only nationwide, but in the entire world. But let's go back to Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. It's the highest participated sport. So you've got moms playing, you know, in the over 35 league. We've got a Legends League of men's over 50, and then we've got a number of youth divisions right down to the age of under 6, which I've had 3-year-olds actually playing the registered game. So being the highest participated sport, so last night, let's go to the highest level right now. So the Vancouver Whitecaps were playing last night, and we have Thomas Hassell from Saskatoon as the starting goalkeeper for the Vancouver Whitecaps. He played last night. We've got Brett Levis, who plays with Valor FC. Now, that's the Winnipeg team of the Canadian Premier League. So we've got kids from Saskatoon that are reaching the highest level of the game. So it's very exciting to see that actual local players can make it to the highest level that's offered in North America.
That's quite incredible. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll have to start watching a bit of the Premier League. Best case scenario, everything goes well. When do you anticipate the season starting here in Saskatoon, if it happens? Are you talking next year, longer timeline?
Yeah, we are, you know, optimistically, we're looking at the year 2023. A ball is kicked at Prairieland Park. Now, we say 2023 optimistically, as I said. More likely, Ian, it's 2024 that we would actually have a team here. Once the shovels get in the ground, that team is coming to Saskatoon.
Is there any opportunity, you think, between now and then, using an existing facility for an exhibition game or something like that to kind of promote it?
We had the SK Summer Soccer Series in 2019, and we used SMF Field, which is the minor football field at Gordie Howe Bowl. Now, it was a great venue. Absolutely loved it, but there's a few things there that don't work for soccer specifics and for the Canadian Premier League. The bleachers are a little bit far from the pitch, and then we've got the stitched-in football lines, which doesn't create that, you know, attractive, beautiful green soccer pitch that we're all used to. Now, we had an exhibition game with Valencia of Spain against the New York Cosmos in Mosaic Stadium, which attracted 15,000 fans a couple years ago. So you know what? To be said, I'm sure there's opportunities in the future before 2023, 2024, that there would be some type of soccer going on.
Okay, so if I'm a soccer fan, how can I support this effort?
Yeah, okay. So first of all, England just clinched their berth to the final of the European Soccer Championship. They've actually never won. And we've got a lot of English fans here in our country. So on Sunday, July 11th, the Euro final is taking place, and the game's at 1 o'clock. We've got Sports on Tap as the place to watch it. The first 50 guests are going to be given some swag. It's a Build the Stadium SK official scarf. The first 50 guests will get one of those. You know, if you're looking to watch the game, that is the place to watch it. Come early. I would say come at noon so that you guarantee one of those scarves. The owner, Al Simpson, will be there this weekend. He'll be having a question and answer. And I would say that's your first step. But what we want to do is Living Sky Sports and Entertainment has a website. And what they are gathering is email addresses of support for the soccer stadium, which could be presented to City Council at some point in time. So what you want to do is you want to follow at the Wheat Pool SK on Twitter. Facebook fans, Saskatoon Soccer Supporters on Facebook. Saskatoon Soccer Supporters is the best place to just get the news and the latest information. And those would be the few things that I'd suggest right now. If you know me, you can reach out to Lee Kormish always, anytime. I'd be happy to help.
And you have a website?
So we do. It is www.thewheatpool.ca. It's a brand new website and lots of information on there. And we took the Wheat Pool. It's a beautiful little logo that we got there. We took that, from the Saskatchewan farmers that we're known for here. So the Wheat Pool is going to be a section in the stadium, and that's where you're going to have the loudest and rowdiest fans. No, we're not rowdy fans, but the loudest fans out there.
A couple things I want to follow up on. You have swag scarves?
Well, we call it's our swag for now. Yeah. There's going to be a lot more coming, but we've got these beautiful scarves. It says Saskatoon on one side, and it says #BuildTheStadiumSK on the other side with the Canadian Premier League logo. So, Ian, if you show up noon, you know what, Ian, I might be able to swing one your way regardless.
No, we can't do that. That would be against our editorial policy. If I'm one of the first 50, I'll gladly accept it.
Perfect. That sounds like a great plan. So the first 50 guests will get one, and it's an exclusive scarf. Living Sky Sports and Entertainment has been very generous. It's a great working partnership that we have with them. They're doing work with the Regina Red Sox, and Al Simpson. He's a sports-minded Saskatchewan person, so he works really well with this project for it being a Saskatchewan team, and he's a big sports fan, and he's been working really hard to make sure that this team comes to our province.
Forgive my ignorance, but do we know who England will be playing yet?
Yes, England plays the Italians.
Oh,
the Azzurri. So
I don't know a lot about soccer. That could be classic, though, wouldn't it?
Yes, it is. It is one of those classic matchups. Italy and England have never met in the Euro final, or a World Cup final. So this is the first final they're actually meeting each other in. So we're very excited. I don't know how France, nor Belgium, nor Portugal got. They all were eliminated earlier. So it's a surprise matchup. We didn't expect it.
Right. When is the next World Cup? And forgive me again for my ignorance on that. Yeah,
World Cups take place every 4 years. Right. So the last one was in 2018. The next one is in 2022.
Oh,
so that's next year.
Amidst the pandemic.
It was perfect timing for the COVID pandemic. If I wasn't able to travel to the World Cup because of COVID, my heart would have broke. Mm-hmm. It's in Qatar. It's in the Middle East. So because it's so hot, in June and July. It's going to be the first World Cup played in the winter time of North America. So it's going to be actually in November and December next year, 2022. And Canada is in the final stage of qualifying for the first time since 1997. So we've actually got a legit team that is challenging for a berth at the World Cup for the first time since 1986.
That'd be wonderful if Canada were to make it. One last question, and I have to ask, did you or have you watched Ted Lasso?
Ted
Lasso. No? Oh, you have to watch it. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I think it's only available on Apple TV. It's a show about a football coach, American-style football coach. North America goes to UK to coach a soccer team.
You know what? I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I seen a little. I didn't catch the name of it, but it was pretty funny. I saw a clip of that about a year ago. He was. So I'm pretty excited about that. Actually, that'll be
season
funny.
1 is over. Season 2 is coming. I think the end of July, and it's addictive for a variety of reasons. The humor. It's also interesting to watch soccer. That the premise is over the top, and you just get good feelings from it because everybody in it is kind of, flawed but wonderful people. But I digress.
I'm embarrassed I'm embarrassed. Maybe I just haven't had. Maybe we've been putting too much time in this project.
I should have asked before the pre-interview.
No, it's on my list now for sure. Because
any final? Well, it's only available on Apple TV, I think, right now, so that kind of probably limits the possibilities. If it was on Netflix or something else, it'd be certainly a lot more wider.
Gotcha, understood.
Viewed. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up for today?
You know what, Ian? I just want to. I'm excited about no coffee break YXE. As soon as my friend Roman Todas told me about this, I had to message you right away, and I'm so happy I was able to get on today. And soccer is such a simple game. It's just putting a ball in the net. And if you've ever played, the feeling of scoring a goal is it's so addictive. And then when you actually attend the soccer game and you see the green grass and you see the ball being kicked, it's an amazing, addictive feeling. And I hope that many more fans follow in my footsteps. And I hope that we can bring a stadium here to Saskatoon and have games played in my own city.
At the risk of making this a little longer, that's a good point. It's a ball. And shoes. Really, what I'm trying to say is the cost to get involved in soccer is a lot less than other equipment or other sports that have more equipment, so to speak.
That's right. The beautiful thing is that kids can take. Kids across the world can make a ball out of plastic bags. I've seen that. When I was in Cape Town, they're playing on the side of the road with makeshift soccer balls. And one of the fun things that we do in our road trips is we'll always play a game with local kids at every part of the world that we've gone to. So it's amazing the desire and the passion that this game provides for the kids have for this around the world. It's truly fantastic.
Lee, thank you so much for being part of Coffee Break YXE, and as this project, I guess, progresses, we should have you back on. All the best with your event on Sunday.
Thanks, Ian. And I've got family here from Victoria. I think we're going to have to go for a drive up and check out that apple orchard up the road.
You should. So, they have cinnamon buns. They put little bits of apple in. They're to die for. You got to have that, and their cafe too is open for lunch, except Wednesday.
I caught that. Will do. Well, thank you very much for having me, and look forward to chatting again.
Mention Coffee Break YXE. Maybe they'll continue their sponsorship.
Right. Yeah, okay. For sure.
Take care. Bye for now.
Okay. Bye-bye, Ian.
That concludes our show for today. Thank you, everyone, for paying attention. And one more comment here. Jennifer Hackett. Can't really see it well there, but it's actually 3 soccer balls that she has there. The black is kind of lost in the thing. But Jennifer, thank you so much for watching. That's it for us here today in Coffee Break YXE. A reminder that Sportsline YXE with Linda Walker is not happening today, and Linda's under the weather. We hope to have her back next Thursday at 12:15. That is our show lineup for this week. That means that the next show that you'll see on this network is next Tuesday with me back here, Coffee Break YXE at 10 a.m. next Tuesday. After that, next Tuesday, we'll have Let's Chat with Nesri Nessa, our talk show in Arabic. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave comments even after the live broadcast, and we'll try and answer them when we can. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.